I'm from Cleveland.com. I'm here with Nathn Priest. What's going on, man?
What up, what up? How you doing?
Say that you love.
So you came all the way from beautiful Sandusky, Ohio to be here with us today.
Yes, sir.
What's the biggest challenge of being an artist from Sandusky?
The lack of support between other musicians. It's easy for people in the city to support artists, but when it comes to musicians in the city, everybody is kind of selfish. And that's the hardest thing. If we were able to just come together, it would be a completely different story for Sandusky's music scene.
So who is Nathn Priest? For those who don't know, whether you're in Sandusky or you're in Cleveland, wherever you are, who is Nathn Priest?
A young, overly ambitious, hardworking young man with a firm grip on success.
And your EP, or album actually, titled Sex and Spaghetti, where'd that name come from? I gotta know.
To be honest, I thought of it at like 6:30 in the morning when I woke up. It's my relationship in the whole for like the past 5 years. That's kind of like what my album is based on, is my past relationship.
So your music is a direct reflection of your personal relationships?
Well, relationship, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say ships, but it's a reflection of the only relationship I've ever been in, for real.
So you pour the experiences that you have into the music. I notice it's very personal, vulnerable, stuff you're talking about. Is that hard for you as an artist to kind of put that out there, especially when it's like, oh, I can tie this to a person in his life?
It used to be before this album, but this album kind of like set the bar for me, just kind of putting my heart into it.
And it's paying off. I mean, you look at your streaming numbers; they're growing steadily. And what do you attribute that to? Why do you think you're starting to see the success that you are?
I believe it's because so much that's been happening, but like the main thing that got things up and going was my 95.3 WLKR interview, which is FM broadcasted. That was the first thing that kind of like got people to look and then hear my music, and since then, that's where I started to see progression.
For those who don't know, you have kind of this trap R&B blended sound. Who are some of the artists who influenced that sound, and where did you kind of find that?
Actually, I call my genre trap and B. That's what I base it off of. But I would say a lot of like 6 Black, Black Bear, Drake, of course. I mean, Lil Baby was the influence for the album. That's pretty much it, for real. Like, I don't listen to a lot of music because I'm making it 95% of the time.
Was it challenging for you to start singing on the mic, or was that something that kind of came naturally along with the rapping?
No, it wasn't challenging. I did choir in middle school, so I always enjoyed to sing. But I kind of never really wanted to sing. Everybody would tell me to sing, and then I just felt completely comfortable with doing pretty much anything. As you said, like vulnerability. Once I said what I was saying, what does it matter if I'm singing or not? That's kind of how I felt. So, no, I was comfortable. I was told I could do it, but I just never did. I'm glad I did.
Yeah, really great harmonic sound. I really liked what the bit that I heard. What really stood out to me was aside from the ability to go back and forth between this aggressive like rapping sound and the singing, it's the just how personal you were getting. So like on your single, it's Love Me, correct?
Yeah.
What was your intention with that song? Did you just feel like you had to like get something out there that was kind of radio friendly, or was it just kind of this natural like culmination that came together?
It was completely natural. I didn't even write it. I didn't write most of actually none of them, for real. It was exactly what I was going through at that moment. Like literally the last 2 days prior to that, I sat in the studio, found a beat, just started freestyling, went in the booth, started freestyling it, and then from there just took it to the whiteboard, adjusted it. That was it. It wasn't, I didn't even put a cuss word in it, and none of that shit was on purpose.
So it just naturally came to be like that.
Yeah.
Aside from yourself, because you are a producer, correct?
Yeah.
Who are some of your go-to producers right now?
Taz Taylor, Lucas Beats, That's the only two people I use for real on my whole album.
And what are the sounds you kind of go for?
I like piano. I like live instruments, heavy 808s, and like them hats.
That was a good impression of it.
That's like exactly what I base it off of.
So, you know, for those who kind of aren't sure like who you are exactly, what do you want them to take away from your music? You know, they're going to go and listen to this. What do you want them to understand about Nathn Priest?
Well, are we talking about just sex and spaghetti?
Well, sure, yeah.
Basically, I want people to understand that even though you're in a long relationship, you don't have to be stuck in that relationship. Like, especially toxic. Like, that's what it's based off of. It's like toxic relationships. And basically, I want people to see that and feel that, you know, they're not alone in this toxic relationship and they can, in fact, get out of it. Like, that's really what I want people to take from it. Or take from Nathn Priest, I should say.
So there's a sad ending to that love story then.
Oh yeah, there really is.
The album artwork. Tell me the single artwork. What went into that? So you're literally eating spaghetti off a girl's ass.
Yeah, for real, my guy Biz. I had the idea, like I wanted to. That's what I wanted to do for the video. Like, you know, it was just an idea, and then I was like, bro, that would be dope. I'm sitting in like a big ass throne, eating spaghetti off of a girl's back with like wine and shit. And my guy Biz drew it up for me, and then I sent it to a graphic designer, and he like finalized everything. And that's exactly how it came about.
You know,
it's an idea.
What's really interesting is that like you have like really like fun, playful energy, but then you can also get on a song and you can just like pour out like your emotions and be serious. How do you navigate those two worlds? Like, you know, you're it's not that you're a different person behind the mic, but it's like there's many layers to you.
I'm a Cancer, so I feel like I can go through the way, you know, the motions, you know what I'm saying, the motions of emotion. I don't know, I can adapt to my emotions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're just you're not just one thing. You're malleable. You know.
Yeah.
So you've opened up for some pretty major artists, Kevin Gates, King Chip, Chief Keef. You know, what have those experiences taught you?
Those experiences taught me that you carry more energy than you'll ever believe. That's what it taught me.
Elaborate.
You control the mood, you control the vibe, you control the energy, and just see people like really get hype with you, or, you know, like feel what you're saying, or like even like sing along. It just shows how impactful you can be as one individual. That's kind of like the rush I get out of being on stage, especially for artists like that.
What would you say is your favorite moment during this journey?
My favorite moment.
Well, I mean,
Dropping my album, that was my favorite moment.
Dropping the album?
Yeah, that was my favorite moment because it was the music I've always wanted to make. And just never really was courageous enough to do it.
That's important, right? Because, you know, artists spend so much time planning and kind of writing in private, making sure things sound okay, and then that moment where you finally get it out there, like that initial like thing that you want people to hear. Now, this is your second album, though, right?
Yeah.
What was the first one? Tell me about
Chasing
the first
Reality. That was me kind of like, that was me. I was young as hell when that came out, like 2015. I was like 18 or 19 when it dropped. That was me just showing people it doesn't matter where you came from, you can get it. It does not matter like what the, you know, what's holding you back, basically, because I came from nothing, and basically I just talked about the shit that I had and what I was doing because I was working my ass off.
So what can people look forward to now that you've completed your second album?
Another album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to be doing any touring?
I'm gonna try to set up my own little small tour, but I'm so busy with everything else. I do this basically by myself. I have a very small team, so it's kind of hard to, you know, navigate everything.
Come see us in Cleveland.
I've been out here to perform.
Yeah.
I've performed at the Agora like 30 times. I've opened up for so many people at the Agora. That's like, I remember I met Young Cap at the Agora, and he was just on the rise. And like, him and I, we had looks for each other for real. But yeah, I've performed in Cleveland. That's where I started my like stage life, was out here. I opened for Chip twice out here. Got to meet him. I got to meet Kevin Gates when I opened up for him at the Agora. Yeah, bro, I'll be back. I lost my promoter connect, so it was like shit stopped right there.
From your perspective as a Sandusky artist, what do you think makes the Ohio music scene special?
I'm from Cleveland. Dead ass serious, bro. I think that you guys make Ohio music special, dude. You guys cultivate all the best talent.
It's funny because, you know, a lot of times we will have internal talks that just about the name I'm from Cleveland and whether or not people feel like isolated because they're not in Cleveland. But it's cool to hear that, you know, artists in southern parts of Ohio and even like sometimes other states, like the brand resonates with them still, you know?
Yeah, no, it's not your guys' fault that we're not from there. You guys cover everything. You know, it says it in your bio. I feel like if people think that just because you're not from Cleveland that you guys won't support them, then they're tripping. Because no, I never got that out of what you guys do, ever.
Well, we appreciate it.
For sure.
So tell us, with this album that you just completed, you know, what do you want to do next at this point? Like you mentioned the next album, but what do you think you still need to do with this album? Is the work done here, or is
Oh no, it's not done at all. What still needs to be done, I need to, like you said, tour. I need to, you know, take this music to the stage, and basically, that's what I need to do. Am I gonna get to doing that? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, I don't know. It's hard to balance the shit.
It's hard as a new artist figuring out what's possible, what it takes. And
I've been making music for 11 years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider myself a new artist. New artist as in I used to go by Lil Nike, and just with this album changed my name to Nathn Priest. That's my real name. So a new artist, yeah.
So what led to the rebrand?
I'm 6'1".
So Lil ain't cutting it
No,
on.
and I don't know. It just it was just, I don't know. It was just happened so fast. It all happened, like this whole album and my name change all happened within 3 months. Like, changed my name, wrote the album, dropped the album.
And it's here, man. It's a real soulful sound. I think it's real, and I think a lot of people will relate to it, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really the idea, but when you express yourself in music as an artist, you say things that people may be afraid to say unless they can say it with you. So, yeah.
Where can people find it?
Apple Music, you can find it on, all major platforms.
Dope. Nathn Priest, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, could you give a quick I'm from Cleveland shout out?
It's your boy Nathn Priest, and you are live with I'm from Cleveland.
I'm from Cleveland.com. We out.